What's up, everybody? Welcome in. So glad that you are tuned in for a little right about now, wherever you're tuning in from. Thrilled to have you along for the ride. Joining me most times, including this time, Betsy Rawlings from Fayetteville Athletic Club. As always, great to see you, Betsy.
Hey, Jason.
How's it going?
It's pretty good. The sun is actually starting to come out there a little bit.
You were talking about how you like to wear clothing in order to kind of be the harbinger of better
Yes.
weather, right?
I am one of those people that is very much affected by the weather. And if it is rainy and cloudy when my day starts, it makes my entire day feel like it drags. It makes everything feel heavy. And I have learned to combat that with bright and sparkle. I
Bright and
like
sparkle, because you
sparkle.
can't see your shoes right now, but you also have
They're
sparkly
sparkly.
shoelaces on, right?
They sparkle too.
Yeah,
Gotta have a little sparkle in your life somewhere.
got to. You got to. We had a little sparkle in our lives this past weekend. I guess we went to New York City. It was a super fun time. The whole family went, and I could talk for the rest of the show length about New York City. We just love it there. But this was the first time that all four of us had gone together,
Okay.
and it was Felix's first time ever.
Ooh, what did you think?
You know what? He was overwhelmed to start with.
Yeah.
Because it's just New York City to me.
Yeah.
And so, right out of the gate, I was like, let's go to Times Square. I mean, we were staying near Times Square. So,
Yeah.
but I feel like he was like, oh, what is this?
It can be a lot, especially Times Square. It almost feels like you've stepped into your video game.
Yeah. And also, though, the coolest thing about that trip to Times Square, we had just landed, just got to our hotel, and put our stuff in the room, kind of freshened up,
Huh?
and we walked to Times Square. And also, guess who's in Times Square?
Who was in Times
Will Ferrell in Times Square.
Wow.
Just saw Will Ferrell right out of the gate.
Oh my gosh.
So I was like, this is going to be a great trip.
Yeah,
he was
it
doing a
is.
little promotional thing for he was getting a caricature
okay.
made of, because they have
Yes.
caricature. If you've never been to Times Square, they got street vendors and street performers and
Mhm.
caricature artists and whatever kind of just sitting around. And he was doing a promotional stunt for his upcoming Netflix show. I think it's a show and not a movie. I think it's a show called Hawk, or The Hawk,
Mm.
about an old washed up golfer.
Yeah.
Anyway, he was there and everybody had their phones out. We were like, what's going on? And I mean, no kidding. We were very close to the guy. So anyway, and if you look up, he was doing several things there. But that was fun, right? And then we we took the train to the subway to Brooklyn Bridge,
Okay.
where we took 1,000,000 photos
Mhm.
and did the Brooklyn Bridge thing. And then you're over there near Little Italy in Chinatown. So we
Mhm.
stopped and we ate in Chinatown. And then we took the, subway back to Times Square, through Times Square, and went to
Yeah.
our hotel. But that was our first day, right? So that was
That's, I
a ton of fun. It
mean,
was a pretty full day.
New York, and you were there for such a short time. I feel like you have to kind of throw
Yeah.
a whole bunch of things in at once. But any one of those
Yeah.
things is such an
It's an endeavor.
experience in
Yeah.
itself.
And we didn't stop. We like to, we have a friend of ours who travels to Disney World a lot, and he uses the expression that he likes to win at Disney World. And I think what he means by that is you win Disney World by getting to do all the rides you want to do plus some, right?
All the
So
things and
they
more.
the family has mapped out their whole journey. We have a realistic expectation. We know our limits and what we can do and when people are going to start to get hangry and what we need to do. But we totally won at New York City. You would never be able to do it's unfathomable to be able to do everything.
Right.
But I think the bits that we bit off, we could chew.
Yeah.
So the next day, we got up. We're all runners. Felix is
Yes.
supposed to be running because of summer. He's on cross country, right? So if he goes away, he's supposed to do it on his own, which, credit to him, the next day he got up and we went to Central Park, went running,
Yeah.
which is about 6 miles all the way around. It's like Lake Fayetteville in a
Yeah.
little bit more, but you're in Central Park. And also, it's encouraging because there are tons of other runners.
Yes.
I so often just soldier it alone by myself, around my neighborhood. Nobody is really running with me. I might see a few people out running,
Yep.
but Central Park is full of runners, walkers, bike riders, people out playing baseball, softball. There's tons of outdoor activities happening. So anyway, We did the 6 miles the next morning, went back to our hotel, got freshened up, left. We had tickets to the Natural History Museum, which is
Okay.
fun because it is from Night at the Museum.
Yes.
And those exhibits haven't changed. Although we
Did
did,
anything come to life?
no, they came to life.
Darn it.
Here's some discrepancies
Okay.
between the museum and the actual movie,
Okay.
right? Teddy Roosevelt is not sitting on top of whatever he's sitting on top of. Robin Williams,
Yeah.
like that. There is a statue of Teddy Roosevelt that everyone sits next to that's made of bronze or whatever the material is. It like
Mhm.
it's well worn, so people have taken a million pictures with Teddy, so he looks gold, and he's just sitting on a bench. Teddy Roosevelt, nothing like Robin Williams sitting on top of that creature, whatever that was from the movie. Also,
I
they
wanna say
do.
It was like a woolly mammoth. or
Yeah, it was something
something.
like an elephant. It was something big.
Yeah.
Also, there are several dioramas, like small versions depicting big scenes, like battle scenes. So if you're familiar with the movie, you can see Owen Wilson's character in something like that, depicting like, the Wild West. And you can see Steve Coogan, same movie, he's like a Roman soldier. Those don't actually exist. They do have dioramas like those, but they didn't pick out those moments of history to show in a diorama.
Yeah.
Right? So those were not there. But yeah, so we did that. We were there for a couple of hours and we could have stayed longer. Obviously, the dinosaur part of it is what takes the cake and everybody stops to look at.
Right.
It was fun. And they have a giant whale what do you call it? Not reenactment, not reincarnation. It's like a word, whatever. It's not real, it's fake. It's a giant whale. And in that room, like the under the sea room or Arctic room, fascinating. While we're there, we're posting some photos about it. And shout out to my old friend, Zev Slursberg, who used to work at Crystal Bridges. Here in Northwest Arkansas, we did several educational things together back when I was an educator with Trike Theater. And Zev just sent me a message that said, hey, you want to go to the Met, like the Metropolitan Museum of
Yeah.
Art? And then we were like, yeah. And he was like, cool, I'll give you a free tour. And then I was like, well, are you working right now? And he's like, I'm not working on Monday, but I can still get you in. So he got us tickets. So we went over to the Met after that. So it was a full museum day.
Wow.
We had a little bit of we had a little bit of breathing room in our schedule.
Yeah.
And then we filled the breathing room with let's go to the museum.
Yeah.
So there are
how
several
do you
thing.
say no to
How
the
do you
Met?
say
If
no?
you-
How do you say no?
Right?
Amazing. One of our favorite rooms featured an actual Egyptian temple that they I guess, have. It's not redone. Like it is the real thing that they, I guess, assembled for this room. But what was interesting to me, old school movie fans who know the movie When Harry Met Sally,
Mm-hmm.
they're there. It's the room. It's fall outside in New York City, and they have these fall clothes on. They go for a walk. It's the cover of the movie. If you
Okay.
see them walking in the trees.
Mm-hmm.
So then that same day, they end up at a museum. They're like the only people in there, and there's this wall of windows. It looks really pretty and striking. That is where this Egyptian temple was when we went there, right? So it's where Harry asks her to go on a date with him. Would you like to go on a date with me? And he uses a funny little voice.
Yes.
Anyway, we were in that very same room. So after that, we left. We went and just kind of played and laid because we were tired around
Yeah.
Central Park for like 30 minutes just to get our feet back under us, I feel like. We went home. We went past, the hotel in Home Alone 2,
Okay.
which is always fun, the
Mhm.
Plaza Hotel. Took some pictures outside of that. Ended up at our accommodation, at our hotel room, and got ready. And then we went to see Wicked. All of us went to see Wicked on Saturday night.
Yeah.
Now, Wicked had a big moment recently because of the movies.
Yes.
Pippi saw it when she was really small. Felix had never seen it. So we wanted to go and do that. I mean, as much to check it off the list as just to kind of like be like, oh, that's where, it's, I don't know. Kids are really into the songs because of the
Yeah.
movies. So it's fun.
if you have the opportunity to see
Yeah.
Wicked on Broadway,
Yeah.
Yes.
So
The answer is just yes.
absolutely. And I'll before we did that though, I should say we went to this really cool spot to eat that was done up with pink flowers. I'll try to show a picture if I can. But just a beautiful place to go have a little cocktail, a little fun time. Here is us. I'm just showing straight from my phone to the camera, right? So you can see all of us, these
that
beautiful
is
flowers.
pretty.
My daughter is the the stylish one, so obviously she has to have photos of herself. Here she is. Let's see if I can get a good one. I'm standing there in the place. See,
That is neat.
really cool. You'll
All
see.
those, yeah.
Anyway,
Like it.
so we did that. We went pink for Galinda, and then we went to see Galinda and Elphaba. The next day, I can't even remember. We got up, we went running. We walked. We did quite a bit of walking this day. We walked up and down Saks. We walked up and down Fifth Avenue. We went past where the Today Show was filmed. We went past Rock Center. We took some pictures there. Went to Grand Central Station just because it's fun to kind of take in Grand Central Station, you know. And we ended up.
It's giant.
Giant.
I
Oh,
know,
huge.
Like
huge.
if you've seen it on TV or in movies or whatever, and you're like, yeah, it's
Yeah.
big. Oh no, it is big.
Yes. We went past the library, which is close to Times Square, but it's the lions,
With the lions
from Ghostbusters
Yeah.
are there. So we went to take some pictures with the lions. Back to hotel, refresh, and then we went to see what became our favorite thing we saw, the Lost Boys.
Okay.
So The Lost Boys is based on the 1980s movie The Lost Boys about vampires. It is mind-blowing. I cannot say enough good things about it. Fly there, get tickets, go see it. I hope it lasts a long time. Everyone I have talked to who has seen it, their mind is blown, and then the other theater people I know who haven't had the chance to see it, all they've heard is people gushing about how great it is. And it was fantastic. Technically, they do so many. It's a spectacle. But it was interesting putting that with Wicked. Okay, so Wicked was the thing 20 years ago. It was the spectacle that everybody was going to Broadway to see. So then seeing what 20 years ago a high technical achievement was compared to now what it is, it was interesting to see those shows back to back. But great music, great acting. The person who plays the mother in The Lost Boys is Shoshana Bean, who replaced Idina Menzel as Elphaba in Wicked, 18 years ago. Now she's playing the mother of these boys. And anyway, it's, the vampire named David, who Kiefer Sutherland played in the movie. That actor was so good, phenomenal, just stole the whole thing. Well, I didn't steal it. They were all great. But like every time he was on stage, you were like, ooh, what is David going to do next?
Yeah.
One of those kind of very striking. The other star, the boy Michael, is the young man, for fans who know the Disney show, I think Disney Dog with a Blog. It's that kid.
Okay.
That kid starred in this thing, sang, amazing voice. Anyway, phenomenal show. So those are the 2 tickets we had purchased beforehand. We left and we were like, well, should we go see another show? So we went to the TKTS booth, which if you've never been to Times Square, they kind of sell discounted tickets. And one show that has been on our list and we have kept the kids from seeing it, and you might understand why if you have seen it for so long, but now seemed like the time to do it, is Book of Mormon. So we took them to see Book of Mormon, so we laughed in the aisles. That show is just so funny.
Hilarious.
So that's how we ended that day. And then, of course, after that, we had to go to Junior's, which is a cheesecake place, and get some cheesecake before we hit the sack. And the next morning, we were up and out of there. So it was like a whirlwind weekend, but we did Natural History Museum, the Met, a lot of walking around, seeing a bunch of things, going to 3 shows.
Yeah.
It was just a whirlwind. Pretty amazing. We loved it.
You slammed a lot of stuff.
Yeah, we like to say we won.
A very short amount of time. You definitely won New York.
New York. It's hard to do, but we did it. I also loved the fact that while we were there were watch parties going on for World Cup matches. Of course, it's New York City, but they had people supporting every team you can imagine that is in the World Cup, walking around with their jerseys on, singing their anthems or fight songs or, whatever choral arrangements, supporting their countries, which was really cool to see too. So I think I've been talking this whole time and you've just been smiling and nodding. But when we come back,
enjoyed hearing all of your adventures.
when we come back, we can talk more about the World Cup and the excitement around the World Cup as, excitement builds. So we'll have more with that coming up right after this quick break. All right, we're back. Betsy, I said I spent a lot of time just talking to hear myself talk in the last.
You do
block.
that anyway.
I know. I do. You're so right. Listen, we got the World Cup happening all throughout North America right now. Our friends to the North Canada and to the South Mexico also hosting events. When we went to, which museum was it? The Natural History Museum in New York City, they actually have a whole floor dedicated to the World Cup, and we got to play some fun games, see some wax figures by Madame Tussauds of Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo. So definitely excitement happening everywhere. What's your vibe been so far? Do you find yourself watching more soccer now than ever?
I am definitely watching more soccer now than ever.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, World Cup, when it comes to those last couple of games, have always been, as they actually get into the deeper parts of the tournament.
Yeah.
It's always been something I've tuned into and watched.
Sure.
And just kind of followed, but obviously with it being here and the U.S. making such a big deal about it, I have watched quite a few more games.
Oh, I've watched a bunch.
I have one on almost every day.
I feel like it was a slow build in this country. I feel like we weren't getting excited for it.
We talked about it for a long time before it ever actually got here.
And then it got here and we were like, okay.
And
But once matches started happening, I feel like the excitement started growing.
Yes. People from other countries coming over, representing their teams, I think really kind of added to
and also them
excitement.
having fun in America.
Yes.
Which was kind of refreshing. I often feel, and this is maybe just personal, but I feel like when you travel overseas, people don't really get Americans.
Yeah.
We're loud, we're noisy, we're unabashed, and they're like, what gives you the right to be that way?
We wear our pajamas and slippers to Walmart.
Right. So, but then they come over here and they're like, what is Buc-ee's?
Yeah.
And then they leave going like, I couldn't even leave the parking lot without eating a whole bag of beaver nuggets, right?
I mean, right. I ate something called a beaver nugget.
Right.
And it was good.
I saw there's one player, or maybe it's a fan who is following a particular team, and I can't remember which country, but has decided wherever this team plays, they're driving.
Okay.
And they are not going on the interstate.
Oh, wow.
They are choosing to go through these small, like what is quintessential America to them.
Good thing that the games are spaced so far
right.
apart.
They're like a week apart, right?
Yeah.
So this person, or maybe it's a little group of people, are driving through and they'll post like when I think America, this is it, and it'll show some small downtown or town square or something like that.
That is how to see if you have the time to do it. That's how to do it.
That's
to actually
fun.
get off the interstate and get to see truly what America is.
Right, yeah.
I mean, from great prosperity to great devastation and everything
in between. Totally.
I mean, I have loved just them discovering things like Waffle House.
Yeah, totally. Yes.
And it has been fun to watch all of it, and I am glad that through all of this we've had this kind of unifying situation
I feel like it's one of those things like the Olympics that brings the nations together, and it's
even
really
if
refreshing.
You were not a soccer fan before, the excitement has built, and it is a fun thing
yes.
to just watch and do. And we have it so close to us. It's just there's
It's
games
just up
just a
there in
couple of
Kansas
hours
City.
away.
That's right. Yeah. So like, and I have heard people go on and on being enamored by the stadiums that we
Yes.
have here. And like, I mean, in Mexico City, that stadium is also enormous, right? But just like, I saw some guy, I can't remember what British team he supports, but he was like taking pictures. Here I am at this amazing stadium, and when I go home, I have to watch sewer rats chomp on my popcorn or something. He made some kind of derogatory statement about their stadium. But yeah, I mean, from coast to coast, I think everybody has been impressed with what we do here in North America.
Well, and if you kind of flip it the other way, it's also been fun to see the other countries represent themselves here as
Yes.
well. There's a whole group going around the Tartan Army supporting Scotland.
Yeah.
There is a whole group from Norway that does the Viking row everywhere they go. Maybe Merlene the duck will get to come visit
Okay, so
us.
Merlene the duck we talked about on Good Day NWA is this duck. Let's see if we can pull up a photo. Who is Mexico's, I don't know, unofficial mascot. They would not let the duck into the stadium in one of their more recent matches.
It's a FIFA rule. Animals aren't allowed. But Merlene still got to hang outside of the stadium during the game. And Merlene's owners think that Merlene is a good luck.
Yeah, that's right.
Charm for
I
the
mean,
team.
I think so too.
And Mexico did win handedly.
Yep.
So maybe they're right. But I love this picture of Merlene. Have you found one in the jersey?
I'm getting it.
Should have sent you one.
Here it is. Not the exact same one, but there's Merlene in the Mexico jersey, just an adorable duck, and he's making his way. I mean, this article is posted by the Today Show because Merlene's making headlines everywhere.
Yes.
So here's little Merlene. Everybody loves Merlene. I feel like every team needs a little live mascot.
Yeah, needs a little.
What's up with FIFA?
Right?
Come on, FIFA.
Come on.
Yeah, NCAA allows live tigers in
Let
studio.
the viral duck come into the game.
I mean, come on. We got eagles flying around. What are those things? Auburn War Eagle flying around the stadium before it starts. We can't even.
We take Razorbacks out onto the field.
Yeah.
Come on.
So anyway, so it's been really fun to see how everybody is sort of representing themselves and representing their nation. Several people walking around in kilts in New York City, obviously supporting part of the Tartan Army or whatever. So, and every time my son had to point out that a person was wearing a kilt because I have a kilt that I just wear around our house, and they hate it. They couldn't hate it more. Another thing that, can we just talk about how kids
does not surprise me.
Yeah, I mean, why would I not have a kilt?
Why would you not have a kilt?
I wear my kilt.
Wear around
Dude,
the house.
that's just pajamas, man. Talking about.
It's comfortable. I love dresses and skirts.
Yeah.
For the whole reason that they are comfortable.
So this might be a little controversial, but maybe not to you. Okay. Definitely to my family. They all gave me a big thumbs down, and I did it anyway.
Okay.
We're going to Scotland later on, and I'm prepared for that trip by buying a particular item of clothing, which I did a little test drive with when we went to New York City just to make sure it's all good. It absolutely worked 100% like I thought it was going to. It's amazing. I don't know why more people don't do this, but I got myself a pair of overalls. Okay. Yes. So and these aren't just like Carhartt. These, I went to some brand that's kind of like a little more stretchy, whatever. You know, I like my clothes to fit and not just look like a garbage bag.
Yes.
So, but they have, pockets everywhere. I can put all my things in them. I'm imagining that when we're in Scotland, it's going to be a little bit cooler. So I put that, and I put on my, a jacket over it or a long sleeve underneath it, whatever. I'm going to be comfortable. I wore it during New York City. I wore it on flight days. So our first day and our last day, because, it's handy to have pockets in the airport and have all the things, right? So anyway, I don't know how we got on talking about that, but
I did not see overalls coming. I totally get it. I was thinking that you're going to Scotland. You already own a kilt. I was thinking that you were going to get
that's how
one
we got
of the bags. I don't remember what they're called that they wear around their waist.
Yeah.
I was thinking you were going to say that you got one of those and
A
loved
fanny
it and
pack,
it's
but
super handy. Well, but they're fancier than fanny packs. I mean, it's a fanny
a
pack,
bum bag.
but like the leather ones that like match your kilt or whatever.
Okay. Oh, a sparn.
There we go.
A sparn.
That's the word.
That you're talking about the actual thing. Yeah.
But which I could tell like okay, but overalls I did not see coming.
Well, here you go. Here are the overalls that I have pulled up right here from this brand called Yo Colorado, and they are fantastic.
But
Just
the family doesn't like them, huh?
they will not. They don't like anything I do. I mean, that's just
I
the
think
nature of family.
Right. I think it's just that they're already just ready to go. "Ugh,
Yeah, exactly. They're chomping at the bit to do that.
mm-hmm.
So anyway, I
These
got
look
these.
comfy.
Oh, dude, they're so comfy. Really nice fit. They also have women's ones, and they have women's that are shorts, like they're
see
not
that.
full-legged overalls.
I'm digging it. I might have to shop this
So
store.
I'm just telling you that. And also, it was one of those things. You tell me why they do this.
Okay.
But this thing costs like certain amount of money. But if you spend $3 more, you can get free shipping, right?
Oh my god.
So I found a thing.
Did you find a $3
I found no,
thing?
but it was like I needed to spend $5 and it was like $8, and I was
Yeah.
like, cool, I'll get that thing. It was like a lapel pin that was discounted. So I was like,
Okay.
I'll get that. So I got the free shipping and I didn't have to spend a ton more. But it's like every website does that because they want you to buy one more thing.
And it seems
right?
like it doesn't matter how much you've spent. Your little dial always says
Yeah.
spend, and sometimes it's like 89 cents more.
Yes.
And you're like, oh, how?
And then
I
you-
have like $300 worth of stuff.
Right. And then it's hard to find something that isn't going to push you over the edge and out of your budget, right? So it's
and
like,
now I'm spending more than I would have
Right.
had I just paid shipping.
yes,
But
it's
I got
very
my free
frustrating.
shipping.
That's it. That's what it's all about.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so tell me which one of these overalls that you got.
The gold ones.
Yoveralls. Okay,
Yeah.
that's kind of what I
'Cause
was
they're-
figuring. And they've got a really cool lining too. Like
Yes,
this is
it's palm
so you.
trees.
I
It's
can
palm
absolutely
trees.
see this.
Yes, I really liked them. Everybody I wanted the gold ones. Everybody voted that I get the green ones. I got the gold
So
ones.
of course you got the gold ones.
I
You're
didn't-
the one wearing it. You
That's
get
right.
What you want.
And the green ones didn't have a fun design on the
Inside.
inside, right?
I mean, they have this neat little, slightly different colored
so
pocket.
yeah, bib or whatever, but whatever.
But they don't have the cool.
So if you think you like
lining.
athleisure, it's that material.
Okay.
Just so you know, like
Yeah.
it's like if you wear athletic pants or whatever, a little bit stretchy nylon kind of stuff. That's what it is.
I'm digging it.
Anyway, so yes, I have a kilt. Now I have a pair of overalls. I'm taking both with me to Scotland, and we'll see what my kids think of that.
Well, do you have a tam?
What's a tam?
The hat?
No, I have the socks.
Okay.
I don't have a sparn either. I have the socks with that have the flashes.
Yes.
And the kilt.
Okay.
I figured that was enough.
That's enough.
That my budget was spent at that
Yeah.
point. I was like, I'm not really even Scottish, but I'm gonna pretend.
I'm sure going to run with it.
Yes. So yeah. Anyway, back to what we were talking about originally. World Cup has been
World
amazing.
Cup.
It's been awesome to see people representing their countries. It kind of feels a little bit, and it should, like the Quidditch World Cup in Harry Potter, but it's happening right here in North
Right
America, right?
here.
So I love that. Listen, let's take a little break. When we come back, we've got some food-related news that I think that you're going to want to hear more about. Something to do with Milky Ways, something to do with M&Ms. It's been the talk of the town. We'll have that for you when we come back with more right about now.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. So glad that you are sticking with us. All right, the food-related news that is taking over the internet, the talk shows, everything, is that M&M's is cutting 2 colors from certain bags. 2
Yeah.
colors. What are the 2 colors,
Two
Betsy?
colors, brown and blue,
What?
are going away. Brown and blue, two very quintessential M&M colors. Blue is its most recent color.
I was going to say blue is making all the commercials and the publicity right
They
now.
actually made, I remember when they were trying to add a new color to M&Ms, and it went out to the world for a vote.
Right.
And you had like a couple of different colors to choose from, and blue won.
Yeah.
And blue got added, and now they're taking blue away. They're saying it's just temporary. Hopefully they will figure this out and be able to bring them back.
But it is all to do with, and I understand, you know, we've seen now like what they're calling naked chips in the
Yes.
store, right? So we've removed some of those additives. So the new health guidelines for Make America Healthy Again suggest that some of these ingredients that they have, kids could have sensitivities to those ingredients, right?
Yes.
Am I understanding this in a nutshell?
That is the whole reason behind this, is that a lot of the artificial colors, a lot of candies, chips, food, processed foods that we eat have artificial colors in them to enhance the color of the food, because we eat with our eyes and our nose before we eat the actual thing. I mean, mac and cheese is not the color of real cheese, right?
Here's an interesting fact, according to this article. Of the 36 food dyes that are approved for use in the United States, 9 are artificial and made from petroleum, according to the FDA. The rest are made from natural sources. So 27.
So we're trying to
or
get rid
20
of those petroleum-based. And M&M has yet to find, M&M Mars has yet to find a blue or a brown color that is, I guess, close enough without changing the taste of their candy. So for now,
they're going away.
they are going away. And they're going to continue, according to the article, they are going to continue to look for an alternative to be able to place those colors back in. But for the meantime, we're going to have orange, red, yellow, and
You know what? I
green.
don't mind this push to remove
I don't
artificial
either.
dyes.
I truly don't.
It's
They're still, M&Ms are still going to be colorful.
Yeah.
They're also doing this with their Skittles and their Starburst, which are also M&M
okay.
Mars. That's coming down the line. M&M's is the first one getting hit. They're working on it with Starburst and Skittles.
What
Other
is this
candies and
like?
things
I
have
mean,
done it.
can you imagine inside of the lab, right? Somebody is in charge of taste testing the new blue, right? What does this taste like? Is it similar to the old candy shell blue? I don't know. I just find that somebody has that job.
And they get trained. Can you imagine training for that job?
Right.
Because you have to have enough of a developed palate
Yes, which I don't.
to be able to catch tiny little differences
Nuance.
in one and
And I
the
wonder if
other.
that is such a unique skill set. Like, you know how certain jobs people go from company to company because they are like the best at what they do. I wonder if they're like, you know, we're bringing in the big guys. We got to bring them in for the blue M&Ms. We got to get the guys from.
This is
We're going to steal from our competition.
the team
Right.
that can come up with
Exactly.
this.
So the
They are
Nestle,
ones coming.
we're stealing from, we're poaching.
It's got to be almost like advanced master sommelier level.
Yeah.
Can-
I hope so.
I would hope.
Like-
One would hope.
Right. In my mind, it can't just be a bunch of scientists saying, well, it
Yeah.
should taste right.
Right.
You got to have the person who's like, no, this one's off a little bit.
Well, and you know, we're going to run down this rabbit hole for a second.
Oh, here we go.
Milk chocolate in a Hershey's bar
Mm-hmm.
does not taste like milk chocolate from a Cadbury bar.
Correct.
or
Milk
a
chocolate
Dove
from a Cadbury bar is
or
way
a
better.
Whatever. So not only do you have to find one that's good, that matches, but there are little like hidden flavors in these things.
Yeah.
That come from some of the things that they're using to make them. That come
Yes.
from the anti-caking agents. That come from the solidifiers. All of that stuff. But you can't change the way something tastes. We've already seen what happens when they changed the Reese's cup
Nobody
and
liked
said
that.
they didn't. Nobody liked it. You can't change the way it tastes, even if what it tastes like is not what it's supposed to taste like.
That's right.
Banana flavoring does not taste like a banana.
Never has.
So-
Laffy Taffy, banana flavored.
Right?
What is
so
that?
finding something that is
Blue raspberry does not exist in
natural
nature.
does not exist in nature. But finding something that is natural that tastes unnatural,
Mm-hmm.
that's got to be a trip.
Well, one of my favorite bars is the Milky Way bar.
Yes.
Unfortunately, we're not talking about that. We're talking about Milky Way, the galaxy.
Milky Way, the galaxy.
Yeah,
So-
some images have come to us, right?
Yes. I don't know about you, but I am kind of a stars, universe,
Nerd.
space nerd. And I just kind of felt this was a little fitting with like Disclosure Day just coming out.
Mm.
And I mean, I'm currently reading a book series. It's a very long book series. I've been reading it for a while, but called The Expanse.
Oh, did you
I'll
watch the show?
Read some and then I'll
I
read something different and
watched
I'll
the
read
show
another
before
one.
I knew that was a book series.
I have not watched the show.
Oh, it
but
is
I'm reading
so
books.
good. I am sad that it ended. That's how good it was.
The books are absolutely fantastic. So I can only imagine if they did a good job with the show.
Oh, it's so good.
But okay, so we are looking at an image of the Milky Way's heart through what they're calling a cosmic magnifying glass. This is one of the closest pictures, videos that they've ever been able to get of the Milky Way. And it just kind of shows you the
Doesn't it make you feel? I always
So
feel
small.
small,
So
and it's good. It's refreshing because it makes me think. You know what? Everything that I think is so important in my life right now
Mhm.
isn't actually that important. You know,
No.
and that's okay. I am tiny
We are one tiny speck on one tiny speck
on
in
one
this-
tiny speck on one tiny speck on
one
one
tiny
tiny speck.
speck on one tiny speck, and it just keeps going. Just our universe is so immense that our minds can't even wrap around
Yeah, I can't-
how big it truly is.
Because you
And-
always want to like break things down to something that
Mhm.
you can digest, right? And when you
Mhm.
think about the size of the universe, it is utterly impossible to understand how big it is.
Mhm.
And there's no question why we still gaze at stars and dream about somewhere out there, as Fievel once sang. Exactly. So there's no, no question. Of course, we're gonna, and we don't know things,
Right.
That's why we have these things that are going deeper space probes, deeper space missions than we've ever had before, because we just don't know what's out there yet.
Yeah, it's fun.
Are you about to start crying
No.
because you're getting so into it?
No, sometimes it's fun to sit and think about what all could be out there, and
Right.
sometimes it's very, very overwhelming. But looking at these images, because what we've been seeing is these bigger versions where you're drawn out and you see it just kind of looks like a giant swirl.
Right.
But then they break it down, and it looks like various levels of glitter were sprayed all
Yeah.
over.
Some of these photos do. I'll pull that one up. too.
Getting down to more of a granular level. Like this looks like my kids were doing crafts and
You
dumped
look
the
at
glitter
that thing.
bottle.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, it's wild. It's
and
wild.
that's just out there. It's
Yeah.
just out there. It's so
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, I love it.
Anyway,
Great one. Okay,
go look at the stars.
go look at the stars tonight wherever you are. Summer is a great time to go stargazing. We got to talk about a big one, and I feel like we should take a quick break and then come back from that and talk about Razorback Stadium getting
Okay,
renamed.
let's
That's
do
the
it.
next thing on the docket. So we're going to talk about that when we come back with a little bit more right about now.
1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, three, four.
All right, we had to bring up the fact that Razorback Stadium is going to have a new name beginning in 2027.
Mm-hmm.
It's now going to be Community America Razorback Stadium. So, initial thoughts? What are your initial thoughts here?
I don't know how I feel about this just because it's always been Donald W. Reynolds Razorback Stadium. But I also understand that it has become a very common practice for universities. I mean, we already know that the major, like the NFL teams and whatnot, their stadiums are owned by some larger entity, and that's what
Yes.
they're named after. And it has started to become a common practice that college fields are going in the same
Yes.
direction.
Because of the NIL and because et
yes.
cetera, et cetera.
So, but we hadn't done that, and we're Donald W. Reynolds Razorback.
Well, we knew that was going to come down.
We
The
knew it
Reynolds
would come
family
eventually.
have been so philanthropic. If you go on
Yes.
most campuses in the state of Arkansas, there's probably going to be a building named after
Named
the
after
Reynolds
one of them,
family. But
yes.
obviously, you
Mhm.
don't keep the name forever. Naming rights are a thing that,
They're
go to
contracted for a certain amount of time.
Yeah. And I think, they went to a high, if not the highest bidder with this
Mhm.
one. I heard people complaining or saying something about how it's not Walmart. Where was Walmart's money? Where's Tyson's money? Why didn't J.B. Hunt put some money in? What about Simmons? What about Dillard's? Like all of those things. And the truth is about that, those brands already have a presence, a
Yes.
huge presence
So
in
much of
Arkansas.
one. And not everything has to be, just because we're in Northwest Arkansas, not everything has to be a Walmart or a Tyson
Right.
or whatever.
And I feel like to name the stadium, what you're trying to do is to get your name out there.
Mhm.
Because, I mean, honestly, before yesterday, I don't know what a Community America credit union is.
No.
Never heard of it.
And in the
Now I
press
have.
conference, that is one of the things that their representative was saying, is that you've probably never heard
Right.
of us, but we are sure hoping that this helps get the name out there so that more people are able to access,
Right.
the
To
credit
use the
union
bank or
and
use the bank or
use
credit
it.
union, whatever it is.
Know that it's there, so they at least look into it and have access to it. So
I mean, I'm like, whatever. It doesn't. I don't know. People who get it up
It's-
in arms around these sorts of things. I'm
Right.
like, it doesn't really affect you.
it
Razorback
doesn't.
Stadium.
It's Razorback Stadium,
And
it will
also,
always be Razorback
Community
Stadium.
America, it doesn't roll off the tongue,
It
but
doesn't.
neither does Donald W. Reynolds. Blah, 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 blah. You
Mhm.
telling me that rolls
Just
off the
keeps going.
tongue? You've just
No,
gotten used to
No,
saying it.
right? You've gotten used to seeing something. It's kind of like the M&Ms. We've gotten used to seeing
Yeah.
brown and blue, and they're going to be gone, so you're going to notice.
Right.
But at the same right, anytime something brings up, even if it's controversy like this,
Yeah.
it helps, because now all
That's
of
right.
a sudden everybody's talking about it.
Right.
So
It's news no matter what, it's
Mhm.
absolutely, it's news. So my understanding, just to be clear, is that it's taken over in 2027, and
Yes.
that's when you're going to start to see the name on the stadium. For this upcoming season, we probably won't notice much. They might change out a few placards or a few signs here and there, but we're not going to see a huge, because as Hunter said in the press conference, it's going to take a while
it takes
to
time.
get rid of all of the Donald W. Reynolds stuff and put in Community America stuff.
If you've not ever been in Donald W. Reynolds Community America, Razorback Field, if you've not
Yeah.
ever been in there, or you've not ever been in any major
There's so many
sports
signs.
center like that,
Yeah.
the signage is everywhere. It's on everything. It's on the cups the plastic cups that you drink from, that you're going to then just throw away, or some people end up with 30 of them in their
Yes.
cabinet or whatever.
Absolutely.
It's everywhere. It's on letterhead. It's on all of it. And they have to go through and piece by piece change that
It's a big
out.
undertaking.
So
Big
it
undertaking.
takes time. It takes time. You'll have a minute to get used to it.
What are your, do you have expectations for the football team this season, or do you really not pay that
I
close of
try
attention to it?
so hard not to
Mhm.
set expectations
Oh, same.
for the football team. I think that just like anybody going into a fresh start, Silverfield has a great opportunity to just really do great things.
Right.
Whether that happens or not, we'll see.
Find out.
But I'm just not going to put my hat one way or the other.
Right.
'cause-
Well, I mean, that's just middle of the line,
Yeah.
right? Which is what most people are saying Arkansas's team is going to be.
Right?
There's a little bit of excitement that comes with it because there's just the unknown.
Yeah.
You know, we kind of knew what to expect from a Sam Pittman team, even a
Yes.
Sam Pittman, Bobby Petrino team. Like we
Yes.
kind of knew what that was going to be. Fireworks, and then the defense kind of just let us down a bit. But
It's like it's the fireworks,
yeah,
and then it's over.
yeah. It was a lot of scoring, and there were a lot of yards gained, but you never really felt safe in
Yeah.
those games.
Yes.
We'll see how this Silverfield era plays out. But obviously, people are just as excited every year, you know, come September.
Yes.
It's like, this is our year, baby.
Razorback fans, I mean, SEC fans just kind of across the board, that's just the mentality they have.
Yeah.
Every year is your year, no matter how the year went before.
Yeah.
God love them.
God love them. God love us. God bless us, everyone.
Right.
Um,
I'm
hopefully, right? Fingers crossed. Switching gears, we can talk about this news about Rupert Grint, right?
Yes.
Harry
Okay.
Potter star.
So this apparently has been a
An-
long time
An
coming.
eco village.
Right in the whole process. He bought. I'm trying to.
Yeah, he's been given
Fine.
permission to build an eco village on land that he already owns.
Yes. So he had bought an actual. What is it called? The word has left me.
Well, it's
It's like it was a
it says a
parsonage and a whole thing.
here's
A
what it
grange.
says.
That's
Yes,
what it's
North
called.
Hertz Council granted full planning permission on the 10th of June for the actor to convert Kempton Grange into Kempton, Hertfordshire, into 6 apartments and to build an additional 9 homes within the wider estate. So it's been approved by the Planning Commission for this eco-friendly property. What is it going to be, Betsy? Have you read into it at all?
So what I have read into it, it's going to be essentially like a compound that you can live on. The
That's-
goal is to make
It's going to be carbon neutral.
everything within it carbon neutral so that you can live in this area and know that you are not in this beautiful area and know
Right.
that you are not harming anything else. And the reason he got some pushback from it is because it is in an actual village town.
Right. Yes.
And building this and bringing in more housing and
There's
the
always going to
popularity
be
of him,
Yeah, there's always going to be pushback.
right? You're
for that
going
stuff.
to you are.
We
the
know
school's
that
gonna be
here in
able to handle it.
Fayetteville.
Exactly.
People try to build apartment complexes. No, you can't do that.
Right.
And there's reasons
There's
on all
always
sides of
somebody
everything.
with a reason on both sides of it. So, he in this agreement, he has agreed to help improve the infrastructure, including improving the school and the roads around, so that as more people come in, they have the ability to drive and get around, and they have a place to go to school. But it's absolutely beautiful, and it's just meant for people who want to live close to each other, but not with each other.
Yeah. I love the idea
in a
of
way
it.
that is very eco-friendly.
I wish, we live in a subdivision and I absolutely love it. We've got the grocery store is something where we can walk to, and we have a community or a neighborhood pool, and we have a school that's in our neighborhood. It feels very connected, and I love that kind of thing. And this is much smaller, on a smaller scale, right?
Much smaller scale.
So they're going to be connected, but also connected in the fact that they're not, contributing to greenhouse gases,
Right.
whatever, all of that stuff. It's going to be eco-friendly environment.
I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that it all came about. He bought the Kempton Grange a while ago. Had tried to sell it at one point, not sure what he was going to do with all of that space. Changed his mind, ended up coming up with these plans to create this eco-friendly situation. I don't really want to call it a compound. I don't feel like that's their that I don't feel like
Compound
that's
has a
the
negative
right,
connotation, I
but
think.
that's not. It's
just a small
it's
village
just
inside
a
of a city.
community
Yeah.
it's a community inside a community. Essentially, what we would call here a subdivision.
A subdivision. Yeah.
And so it's pretty cool, and it's gonna be beautiful.
Yeah, I can't wait to visit. Okay, let's take our final quick break of the day, and then we'll come back and we'll just have some closing thoughts for you when we come back with more right about now.
1, 2, 3, 4.
All right, Betsy. So it is summertime, hot time in the city. What's on your docket in general terms? You get up, you do a morning walk. You like to exercise.
Yes.
What's your fun thing to do? Don't say exercise.
I was actually asked this the other day, like, what is my third space? Have you ever heard of that? Like,
Sure.
not home, not work, what you like to go do that brings you joy.
You're gonna say rock climbing?
I would say truthfully, I'm going to be more broad than that.
Okay, good.
Anything that is outdoors active.
Can you do one that's not active?
So, okay. So if I were just sitting by a body of water, even if it's a pool, I love that too.
Okay.
But I want to be outside.
Right. What about when it rains?
I've got an umbrella and a rain jacket.
Okay. Let's see you use that.
I mean, I was going to take the dogs this morning and for their walk, even though it was raining. And then we got outside and the lightning hit and they were like, nope, Mom, we going. Like, okay, if there's lightning, we'll go inside.
Right.
I don't particularly love rainy days.
Yeah.
But the summertime makes it easy to go out in the rain anyway. If it's
I
not
don't mind the rain.
a storm, if it's not some massive storm, the summertime makes it easy.
Sometimes,
to go
I mean, it's
anyway.
rare because I go running outside a lot, but I occasionally do get frightened. You have those thoughts running through your head as a runner, right? Because your mind, what else are you thinking about, right? You're listening to music or whatever, but you're like, man, I'm the only one out here. I'm the tallest thing. I'm going to get struck by lightning.
Yeah.
And so then you find yourself trying to find, I don't know, cover, but which is so it's not correct.
Right.
Because, I mean, if lightning strikes a tree or anywhere near you, you're going to have huge repercussions from that. But it's just that moment of like realizing at least I'm like running on a stretch.
Yes.
And there's nothing around me. And there's a storm coming.
When I'm running in the rain, I always feel like I need to be more brightly colored and I wear bright colors, but I need to be more brightly colored because people are already not really
freaked out, not really paying attention.
And then you're just running along,
Yeah.
and water's splashing and all the things. And I am more leery I'm always leery of cars when I'm running, but I'm more leery of cars when I'm running in the rain. Do you ever find yourself speeding up
Yeah.
when you're running
Yeah,
I'm getting wet. I've got to get out of this. And then you catch yourself.
When I'm
and you're
running,
like, no, it's just easier to run in the rain.
final thought here. When I'm running, when you get past the initial part of like, I just went out in the rain, I'm running. It's like when you step into the shower.
Yeah.
Once you've been there for 2 seconds, you're like, now.
Okay.
It's not like my clothes are going to get dry again.
Right.
Right? It's not like my shoes are going to become unwet all of a sudden.
There is no turning back.
Right. So either you go home and hang it up or you just push through. And so I just find myself pushing through most of the time.
The only time it gets tough for me, and I found this happened to me yesterday actually on my run because I didn't get to run until the afternoon because we had rain when I had planned to go out and run and I was not prepared for that because I was going to run while I was at work. Anyway, so I ran in the afternoon and I was already out running and had not situated myself for rain to start, and it started raining on me, which was still fine, completely fine, but you have that initial thought for half a second of like, oh no, do I need to try to run faster to get home? And then there's that minute of like, yeah, no, that's not going to matter. Like in 2 more seconds, you're going to be drenched either way. And you know what? A couple minutes after that, the rain stopped anyway, and it was fine.
Well, hopefully you are enjoying the sun wherever you are. We're so thankful you tuned in for Right About Now. And as we say every week, you can't be right, including the rain. You can't be right about everything, but you can be right about now. See you next time, everybody.